Our ancestors likely took their first steps between 3 and 7 million years ago, those courageous first steps. Between 3000 and 4000 BC, whether it be in Mesopotamia or Sylvania, the wheel was invented. The first true game-changing invention to come from our own imagination. Fast forward through all the great civilizations and advancements, Egypt, Rome, stop, and take a look at the Great Renaissance that happened in Europe between the 14th and 17th centuries, when art was changed forever, propelling us towards the Industrial Revolution, the development of film, and forever changing the way we engage with not only history, but stories. Some dude put on display and turned on the first television in San Francisco on September 7th, 1927. The next thing you knew, audiences were introduced to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Mickey Mouse's half-brother. For this Google search, I didn't even know who that was. In 1933, King Kong climbed the Empire State Building. In 1939, Clark Gable said, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." In 1960, we all went psycho. 3 years later, a spaghetti western gave birth to the cowboy that is Clint Eastwood. Not long after that, American astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. Yet another courageous first step, even though some people think we've never been there and that it's made of cheese. To be clear, those beliefs are not mutually exclusive. In 1972, Marlon Brando made us an offer we couldn't refuse. In 1975, Steven Spielberg gave Great Whites a bad rep. And that same year, De Niro asked us if we were looking at him. We were. Still are. 1977 took us to a galaxy far, far away. 1981 was the year that Harrison Ford put on a fedora. Arnold told us he'd be back in 84. Michael J. Fox kissed his mom in 85. And Sigourney Weaver became a badass in 86. In the decades that would follow, as the online world began to take shape, Tarantino would make his foot fetish public. Leo and Kate would become immortalized by a door that had more than enough room. Tom Hanks would do all sorts of things, not the least of which was running, while Denzel walked that walk that he still walks. We would visit Middle-earth, Sin City, drink it shaken, not stirred, all before The Dark Knight and Iron Man would change cinema forever. I know I'm leaving a lot out, and yes, I could have said a lot of things wrong. Regardless, we now live in an era of cameras, the internet, and social media, when every story seems to take a back seat to our own. Individualism, nay, narcissism, is at an all-time high. We have the option to let our moments fade, freeze them in time, capture them, post them, exploit them, or just simply share them, all while humanity continues to innovate, advance, and imagine, even when we're not looking. One day, fact and fiction may collide. We'll either traverse the stars or use up our planet and perish along with it. In the end, through a numberless amount of steps and stories, triumphs and perils, we'll miraculously find ourselves at the very point whence we started, when that which was left behind and almost forgotten is suddenly right before us. And this is why I now ask you, find scouts and intrepid internet travelers to take yet another and very courageous first step, and subscribe.